So you can see my screen,
yes,
right?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So if I type figma.com right now, it is going to bring out my own account because I'm currently logged in. So I'm going to type it, then I'll log out. So figma.com, once you log in, it keeps you logging in that particular device. So you can always type figma.com and you get all your files within. So log out, then show last. It's taking some time to come up. Come as a the first thing that you should do is create an account. So after creating that account, you mustn't have a place you are working with as a designer. You just need to have a Gmail account or any mail account, and you can use it to open. So if you go to figma.com, this is what you should see if you are not already logged in. Well, if you're already logged in, the format screen is what you get. Then if you have an account with Figma before, you just log in or you sign up. So clicking on sign up, you can just sign up with your email and Joshua, I think your mic is humming, please. So sign in with your email and your password, and or you use Google. So and you create an account. Then you can log in. So which I will do. So just create. I'll show you. Want Figma, you can also download.
Hello, everyone. I think we lost. I think we lost him. But let's just wait for maybe it's the network or something. But in the meantime, we can just go ahead with setting up an account with Figma. www.figma.com and sign up with the email account. Then, as you rightly said. If you're experiencing any issue with that, kindly put it up in the chat section. So we'll treat it. Like wait for has anyone successfully set up an account? If you've done that, kindly put it up in the chat section with set up my account. I mean, so we'll know the progress we're making. If you're having issues, also put it up in the chat section. So we'll help you out. Okay, let's back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry, I
welcome
think I
back.
lost connection right there. Yeah. So yeah, I will continue sharing my screen. So I was talking about downloading Figma from here. Just type Figma, download Figma on Google, and it will lead you straight to this place. So you can download your for any device that you are using. So now let's just log in and play around with. So I already have an account, so I will log into my account. So once you are in, you see maybe basic features for these are like projects that I'm working on. Yeah, so these are some projects that I'm working on, and this is the community. So you have the search feature. So this search feature, you can search for your project, the project that you're working on, or you can search for anything. Then you have the your recent. So you have this search. So you can search anything and it will bring it up. Let's say we are looking for an e-commerce. So this is the one that is in my draft. You can also see community. So you can toggle between draft and community. And also you can get C60 results from the community. So this is the community. Let's go directly to the community. So the community, you can see files, plugins. I do share some things from here to the community. People have done some designs and they will upload it, and other people can use them for their own design. So this is free, and you can get different types of information here on how to work. Then you have your draft. Your draft is like where all your projects are being stored according to how you save them. So, and also another thing is Figma doesn't have you don't have to save any documents. It's automatic. So as you're working, it's saving. So let's create a new file. So for you to create a new file, you either click this plus icon here, or you click this plus icon, this new button here, or you can import a file. So let's say I have a Figma, so you can actually save offline, but it doesn't really, people doesn't, I don't normally use it because it doesn't make sense. It saves online already because I always work with my internet. So with your internet, Figma syncs your designs after you come online. So I don't see any need saving offline, but it saves as .fig file, which is .fig file. So you can just import the file from here. So let's create a new file. When you want to create a new file, it asks you this. I think this was added newly. So it shows you different types of templates that you can use. But we are not going for anyone. We are going for a blank template. So let's create this file. So once this opens up, we're going to quickly go through the functions on the page. But going through these functions just means that we're going to explain what it does, but we're going to show you. I'm going to use maybe one or two things to show you how to walk around the interface. So this is the home. This is the hamburger menu, rather, the menu. And it has different things there. It has file, edit, view. You can go through them on your own. Yeah, I think there's one thing I want to show us. So, okay, maybe I'll show it as we continue. Now, this is the move tool and the scale tool. So if you are familiar with using Adobe Illustrator, this move tool is like the basic tool that you use to move around on the canvas. Or then the scale tool makes everything to move in equal proportion. So that means you can increase or reduce the size in equal proportion by using the scale tool. Now, Here you have the rectangle, the line tool, the arrow tool, the ellipse, the polygon, the star, and the place image. As I was telling you guys earlier, this place image was what I later used to place an image then. But I'll show you faster and easier method to add images on your file. Now you have the pen tool and the pencil tool. Have I ever used the pencil tool? I don't think. But yeah, it's there for your usage. So you have the text tool and you have the pan tool, the hand tool. You can use it to carry around your elements across the face of your across your artboard. Then you have one of the most important feature, the comment feature. That means as you're collaborating, you can still be chatting about what you're working on. So let's say somebody added a button that's supposed to be gray and the color is wrong. You can just say, let's try it out. Hello, use a funny picture. And you can add whatever emoji you want. Then you post. So once you post, it gets directly the next person on the file will see it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to share this particular link. Everybody can join on it if you can. Then we can be real time. So if you want to share the file that you're working on so others can collaborate, it's simple. What you just need to do is click on share. It brings up this particular model. You see can view. So you can set anyone to view or edit. So you can set that someone can view and someone can edit. So I'm going to give everybody view access, and I'm going to copy this link. I'm going to copy this link and paste it for us here. Yeah. So we can feel free to get on the Figma file, and as we work on this particular file. So interesting. We're going to create something instead of just going around explaining everything. We're going to create a simple screen. Let's say you want to. Let's go to pin interest or Pinterest. I used to get inspiration from here. You can also check Dribble or Behance. So let me pick maybe one design, and let's just do it and see how easy it is for us to use the tools to work around. Now, I told you that I'm going to show you how to add image, and there are many ways to add images to your design. So I'm going to show you at least 3 ways to do that. So this is we are just talking about the basics. When you get hold of, so I'm going to do this. I right click and copy image. So this is one of the way to to bring an image into Figma. So I'm copying the image. I'll just do Control V. So Control V is paste. So just like Control C, Control V. So Control V, and the image should paste. Yeah. So the image have been pasted on the art on the canvas. So what I'm doing now, I'm using the move tool to drag the edge. So if you notice, if it gets to this edge, it turns a double edge arrow. So you can use it to adjust your image. But now there's another thing. If you're adjusting this image, you notice that it is queuing. It is going out of yeah, the image is not adjusting in equal proportion. So how can you solve this problem? So for you to solve this problem, anytime you want to adjust an image, hold your shift, or a shape, hold your shift key, and it will adjust to a particular point. Now, if you want to adjust it only horizontally, you just hold your Alt and it adjusts horizontally. So you see that it's not moving vertically, but it's moving horizontally. Then if you want to adjust um, vertically and horizontally, that means you want to make it to move towards the center. You hold your Shift and Alt, and it moves towards the center. So I think that's one way to add an image. Another way to add an image is to save that image. So we can say save image as, but I don't think anybody will go through this stress after learning that you can do Control C, Control V. But there's a time that you need to do this actually. Now, maybe let me show you why you need to save this sometimes. Now, if you are working with this, Control C, Control V works very fine until you need to add this image to a particular shape. So let me get this rectangle shape, and I'll click and I'll create a rectangle here. And I want this image to be inside this. So you can do this in many ways. You can use the maxing tool, but let's show the easier way to do it. So as you've saved this particular image, you can just drag it in here, use it as a fill, and it replaces this particular fill. So you see that it still does the magic. That's another way you can add an image to Figma. This is another way you can add an image to Figma. You can click this. So let me go back. So you can click this place, and you see place image. This is the image I just downloaded. You open. Oh, see? So you can just do that like this. The image doesn't place inside, but it just tells you that you can place your image anywhere that you want within any shape. So this is another way you can place your image. Now, let's say you want to design this thing that we have on this screen. As I'm discussing, you may have questions. Just keep jotting down the questions, and when I'm done, we can go through them. So, if you want to design something like this, there are already made templates. Would I say templates? Let's say artboards or frames. So if you click this frame, notice that here changes. So you have different formats. So let's say you want to design a phone. Let's say you want to design an iPhone 11 Pro. So this is an iPhone 11 Pro. So now there's what you call Figma plugins. They are actually nice. I have a lot of them. So all these are my plugins. Yeah. So, but you can also have a few that you need for work. And let's start with let's just create this one screen. So I'm going to show us why I'm doing this now so that we'll see how I'm using these tools to create this shape, this design, and how easy it is. So let's start with mobile banking. So what I did, sorry, I think I did not explain what I did. So I will just can use shortcuts. So I'm used to using shortcuts. You can use T. Just click T on your keyboard, and you can get this, or you can click. If you click R, you get a rectangle tool. If you click the L, you get a line tool. If you click L, Shift L, you get the arrow tool. If you click O, you get the ellipse tool. So let me click T on my keyboard. So if you click T, this changes to this shape. So you now to a plus shape. So any place you click, that particular text tool comes up. Now I can type anything I want. Let's say more banking. Now there's something I said I'll show you later. I'll show you guys later. So these are the fonts that you have available to you. So these are mostly Google fonts that are available here. So you can pick from any font that you have. Yeah, so as you go, maybe you may already know this, you may not, but Figma helps you. Figma, you learn how to use the fonts, pair fonts, and make your design better. But that should not be your worry as at now. So you can just pick any font and work with. Then let me just pick one font. Let me see. So what if the font that you need is not here? If the font that you need is not here and you can download it or buy it, what you need to do is um, if after downloading it, the fonts will not automatically show up. Okay, after downloading it, I think let me confirm this. So you go to your page, go to settings. Okay, so you download this. So I've downloaded the installer. So that's why it's showing me to download uninstaller to disable local fonts. So I have 1,565 fonts available on Figma. So my local fonts are enabled. That means any font that I download from the internet and I want to use it on Figma, I need to download the installer. So once you download the installer, it's enabled. So if you download this on installer, it will disable that particular function of using your local fonts. So I know this may be quite tricky for you to understand right now, but if you go to your Figma, go to settings, go to your profile, go to settings, you see this. So let's continue. So like this Avenir font, I doubt is on Google. So or is it? I think it is. So, but there are some fonts that I already have that you can't find on Google. So let's just move fast and work on this. So how can you get icons? This is where I talked about plugins. So plugins can help you. Also, there are sites that can help you. You have the Now project. You have flat icons. You have there are many fonts, icon finders that you can use. So, but I use Iconify plugin. So yeah, so before I show you the Iconify plugin, you can get plugins from here. So you can get plugin from the community. So from the community, you have files, you have plugins. So let's say you want icons. So as I clicked on this plugin, you see different plugins. See this Iconify, see all my installed icon plugins. So this Iconify helps you with icons. So anytime you need an icon, even if you don't know the name, or what it does, just come here and search for it. If there's is a plugin for it, sorry, not anytime you need an icon, anytime you need a plugin, there's a plugin for that particular thing that you want to do, you see it here. So I have a video on YouTube that talks about plugins. I have like 4 videos that talks about using Figma plugins. So you can also get on with it and try to learn more about it. So let's say if you want to rename this particular frame, you can click on it, double click on it. This particular place becomes editable, and you can rename it. Also, you can double click this particular place to rename your frame. So let's rename this to home. So once you rename it, it changes the name. Or you can use Control R. So Control R doesn't do the regular thing that maybe when you're on Chrome, it reboots reloads your page. No, if you want to reload your page, you have to use Control Shift R to reload your page, or you click here to reload your page. But if you use Control R, you can use it to rename your element. So even if you click this and you want to rename it, just use Control R and you rename it. So let's say header. So now let's get 2 icons to work with. Iconify. Where are you? Iconify. So you're looking for this icon. It may not be exact. Let's just get 2 icons and place it side by side. Let's say menu. So let's get something similar. Let's just get this. So yeah, sometimes I just drag this in, or I just click import icon. So once you click import icon, the icon is imported. Then we need another one. Let's say filter. Let's say filter, and we import. So we have 2 icons already. So I close it up. So we are using this, and we are using this. So now I've selected this. If you notice that this particular place have changed, right? So as I selected this, notice that you have things, but if I click out, all the things that you have here is gone. So I will not go deep into showing how to create styles and the rest, because this is a pure beginner class, live session. So we've learned how to add your icons and how to add images, and also how to make your text. So these icons are not equal. This is 24 by 24. This is 16 by 16. Look at where I'm getting it from. So this X and Y is, let me show you. If you use Shift R, you bring out your ruler tool, or you can go to this place, view, and you bring out your ruler. If you press another Shift R, it goes. So this Shift R gets you the ruler. I want to use it to show you something. So this X and Y shows that this particular thing is located at 330 here and 67 here. So that's where it's located, between 330 and 67. So this, you don't normally use this except you are doing a very precise design, but you don't normally concern yourself with that. But this is very important for you to know. We have the width and the height. This is the angle, and this is the corner radius. Now, these are independent corners. Maybe we are going to get to this. So I'm going to show you how it is. as you are designing this. So that's why I didn't waste time explaining everything one by one, because I know as you are going further, I will touch on all of them. So this is 16 by 16 by 16, but I need it to be 24. So what I'll do, instead of changing this one and changing this one differently, I'll just click on this constraint proportions. So for you to constrain these proportions means that you are locking both the width and the height. So if you are changing this, it's changing in equal proportion. So let's say 24 and just 24. So yeah, so two of them are the same size. So I'll click everything. I want everything to be the same horizontally. So I want them to have the same horizontal distance. So sorry, vertically. So these are my align tools. So if you notice, if I click out, or if I click here, we have this align tool. So this align tool helps you to keep one aligned to the left. So this is aligned to the left. This is aligned to the left. This is aligned to the horizontal center. So this is aligned to the horizontal center. So this is working in proportion to the frame that you selected, because there's nothing is working in reference to. So this is align right. So this is align top. This is vertical center. That means the vertical. And this is the align bottom. So you can play around with it and get yourself aligned. So, but this align is one of the most important feature of Figma. So now we are going to align everything on this straight line. So how can you do it? Click on this, and click on this. So we have three things that we want to align. So if you want to align it, you click on align vertical, because you want it to be the same vertically. Justice, please, can you remove your cursor so that others can see? Thank you. Just click outside. Click outside, please. So let's continue, or maybe let's get another icon. Let's just continue. So now let's create these squares, or let's say, yeah, let's create this. So if you notice, this is not pure white. So let me show you how to change it. So if you click on this particular frame, you look at this place, you see fill, stroke, selection, colors, effects, and export. So but we are concerned with the fill. We'll come to others very soon. It is white now, so you'll be familiar with colors. So FFFFF is white. So I don't know, I like using HSL, but maybe if you are just starting, you can always use this hex, because it's easier to know. So let's pick their color. So you can pick this color in two ways, either by pressing I on your keyboard or by clicking this eyedropper tool. So let me just pick this color. You see, this is a light shade of green. So now you can press your R, or you get your rectangle tool here. Before then, let me show you guys another thing. So there's something you call layouts. So if you look at here, you have a layout grid, you have auto layouts, but let's leave auto layouts for now. Talk about the layout grid, which is very important. If you click on this plus icon, it adds a grid for you. So look at it, it adds a grid. So this grid helps you to maintain a particular size, the alignment in your design. So, but you can go further to create this in columns. So if you create a column grid, that means you want these things to be aligned in a particular way. There's a reason why I'm showing this. So look at this. You can say that this is one, and this is two. So this is divided into two columns. Or you can also do it 4, which is 2 and 2. So let's go for 4. And you notice that there's a distance between this place and this place. So let's use 24 in the margin. So the gota in between them is not up to 20. So let's go for 16. So now you can see that my items were aligned already. Okay, so let me realign them. So I think we've also taken a lot of time. So let me just rush through this so that we can ask our questions. Now I've pressed the R, or you click here, and I'll draw out a rectangle from this point to this point. Remember, we are using this grid system. So this is perfectly on this line, and this is perfectly on this line. So we've drawn out the first one. So what I will do is I can do Control C and Control V, but to make it easier for me, I'll hold my Option or Alt key and drag out. If I'm dragging out, it's called making a copy of it. But if I hold Shift, it's going to keep it the same horizontal. So so I've actually had 2 different rectangles that are shaped. So you can turn off this and turn it on and off, sorry. So it is white there, so you can make it white by clicking this. And I already know that white is FF. So if I just type F and click enter, it changes it to white. But if you don't know, you can just copy out the color codes and work with it. So so you can copy out this by holding your Alt and your Shift keys, or you can just say click both of them. So if you want to select these two, I think I skipped that. If you want to select these two, you hold your Shift. If you click on one, you see you hold your Shift and click on the second one. So both of them are selected. Now let's name one first. So let's say bank nearby. So so bank nearby, and you want this to be the same way that this thing is. You mustn't use enter to make this. So what you can do is just drag this, and it changes to this position. And I can say let's have 14 here. Let's make this like this, and I'm going to show you guys. It may confuse you at this particular moment, but there's no harm in learning it. So let's bring an icon, Iconify. Let's say bank. So let me just do the normal way. I'll just drag it in. Wow, this bank is too big. So look at the size, 1020. So if you notice, this thing is outside here, but it's not showing because it's inside the frame, and that frame is clicked to clip content. It's selected to check to clip content. So if you click this, it shows out everything. but it's still in the frame. But if you click it, maybe as you keep on working with Figma, you understand all this. So you can also drag it outside and change the size. So I locked it up again, change the size to, let's use 40 now. So drag it in. So now it must always be inside your frame. So notice that all these things that we've designed are inside our frame, are inside this frame, but this image is not. So that you be careful so that whenever you're exporting, it will be among the things that you export. So you have your bank here. I will just position it here. Then I will click on this. If you notice that this is rounded a little, so I'll click on this and I will give it a corner radius of 10. But let's say 15. No, let's go to 10. Let's go with 10. So now let's change the colors of this. So you can also change the color. If you don't know the color code, you can just drag around this, play around with it, and yeah, you can get what you need. But I'm going to use something like this. I'm going to add something behind it. So this particular file, I'm going to make it available so that even after this particular section, you can always download, duplicate, and work with it if you are not on this file right now. So I'm going to create something like this. So yeah, banks nearby, this and this. So we've learned how basically to create something like this. And let's say I don't like the height between these texts and I want to reduce them. So this is what you call the line height, and this is what you call a letter spacing. So letter spacing is about the kneeling in between the letters, and the line height is about the height between one letter and the other. So reducing this, I can just hold. If you notice, this changes to an arrow. I can just click here and drag. It reduces the size, the distance between each letter. So I can just place this somewhere. I'm not going into details of how to make your designs very, very exact, because this is like supposed to be a beginner class. So there are some things that I actually put in my own work that I may not actually talk about here because it is above the scope of what we are discussing. So let's make this 52. So let's use that particular lesson. So let's align horizontally and align vertically so it will be at the center. And let's group. So if you group it, you aligned it. So let's place it somewhere here. Then let's make this 2 a group. Now I'm particularly avoiding using auto layout to show you this because it may be confusing for you if you are still a beginner right now. So if you notice, this is not at the center, so I can make it to be at the center by. So I'm using Control G to group, right? So I've selected these two things and I've made them to be the center of this thing, of this square, of this rectangle. Then I can group here, group selection, or I can use Control G, or use, if you want to ungroup, use um, Control Shift G. So let's group selection. So we have this. Now I've not written anything here because I may not write anything. So what we have here is this. I'm going to teach us one particular important thing that we need to know. This is a component. So we can create this component. We can use marks. We can use Boolean groups. I will not go deep into these two, but I'll show you how the component works. So I click this, I create this component. So let me rename this. So renaming these components, let's say card default. So I want to use this as a default card. So I'll do Control C, Control V. It creates an instance of that card, and I'll click um, this particular card, which is the main component, and I'll drag it out. So this is the component that will work on every other thing that we are going to see here now. So let's drag this out too. So dragging it out, we are trying to maintain. So let's turn on our grid again and make sure that this is on this line. So yeah, it's on this line. So we can turn it off here, and we can see that it's looking identical. So and that's what we want. You can drag this. You notice that it is let's make it 16 between them. So as you are moving it, it's going to be showing you distance between them. So three of them are in have the same distance between them. Okay, this one has 15, so let's make it 16. 16, 16. This is the distance between them. Let's say horizontally. This is the distance between them vertically. Yeah. So I want to change this letter, this thing to news. I will change it to news here. Yes. I want to change this to what we offer. I want to change this to contacts. So if you notice, this is going up. So if I just click on this, I'll come here. I set this as down. Yeah. So this particular one is taking up the space that this should stay, but that should not be our worry now. So if I change this to, why I'm making this a component is so that if I have a need to change, oh, it's not this that I'm supposed to change. This is not the main component. So if I make this main components to come down, so this comes down now. So if I want this to be shown more, I can use what we call an effect. So the effect has a shadow, has different shadows. So you have a drop shadow, we have inner shadow, we have layer blur, we have background blur. So for this particular shadow, if you notice, it has created a shadow for me. But these are ugly looking shadows, so I can adjust them. If you click on this particular place, you have different things that you can work on. The x-axis, the y-axis. So this y-axis is 4. That's why it is showing down. So what you are going to do is, let's just quickly adjust this. I'll not go. There are many things that you can learn. Sorry. Okay, yeah, that's it. So if you notice, I'm adjusting this main one, and it's affecting every other thing. That's the power. Look at it. That's the power of components. So let's use something like this. Let's make this 10. Let's just use this for this sake. So we've gotten this particular place. So let's just run through creating buttons. Then we'll know that we've created something and we can ask our questions. So I'm going to use, I think I can't resist the temptation of using auto layout. No, I can. I'm not going to show auto layout in this particular session. So now let's turn on our grid once more and create the let's turn on our grid. So I'm creating a button and I want it to be inside this, right? So I have I will make the corner radius 10 as I was using earlier, and I will make the color, click I and select this color. And yeah, I will turn off this. So I can now click my T and type inside, say login or sign up. Then I change this to white, so by clicking F or FFFF. So I'll click both and I'll use my align to align to the center. Always align your elements, no matter what. Either you're aligning to the left or to the right or to the top or to the bottom. Always align your elements or even to the center. So I'll use Control G to create this particular button, but I want to turn it to a frame. So if I want to turn it to a frame, I will just click here, change it to frame. So it's now a frame. So I can name it. Always remember to name your elements. So if you notice, every element on this page is named. As you go further, you understand the reason why it is very important. So let's say you have your button fault. So this is button. So now that you've created this, it has a shadow behind it. You can quickly create this drop shadow. Click this, get this, use it to 25. Get this to 20. I'm just selecting something that let's just work out that we don't need it. So this actually gives it a feel that it is elevated, right? So that's the feel that is clickable, so you can punch it. So this is just what you are going to maybe on your own try to create something around this and create the remaining. So I think our time is well spent, and we've talked about basically we've walked around the interface. So I think if you want to change the name, just click on this. Let's say let's name it Figma 101. Click enter and it saves it as that. So you can see people that are on the file right now that are viewing what I'm viewing, and they can walk around here and you can see it. So you have this person. So once you click on this person, Salami Joshua, you see what he's viewing. Click on Justice Ekwemuka, you see what he's viewing. Click on Joshua, you see what he's viewing. So also you can share, just like you see how many people that have been on this file. You can share, you can copy, and you can publish to the community, which I'm going to do right now. So I can publish this to the community. So I can publish this to the community, and you can go to this to the community to get it. I will share the link actually. So yeah, I'll put it to publish in a bit. Yeah, so let me copy this link. I'll share it. I'll share it with us. So now we have this play button. So this play button is for prototype. So let me click this and click this play button. So I think let me just rush through and show you what the prototype looks like. So if you want to see it, you want to present it. So this is just for presentation. You want to present it to a client, your work that you do to a client. It gives it a frame, gives it a feel that, okay, this is something that is real, right? So you can also prototype the hot points. So if you have this, if you have two, so you can prototype this. So let's say, let me show you guys this. So these are knobs that you can use to move things around. So you can carry this to this place. Sorry. So you can carry this to this place and it say changes. You can carry this to this place and it changes. So let me just prototype this from this place to this place. So if I tap on this, it changes to this. Let's use Smart Animate. Just something just to show you. I'm not prototyping anything. So from this, you just tap. It should change. See what's happened now? Just that one thing that I did now. If you want to start from beginning, press R. And that's just how easy and simple Figma is. So I think this is like, okay, let me just show one more thing. So if you want to export this particular design, you want to show it to someone, you want to put it on Twitter, you want to put it on your portfolio, you want to show people what you just did, just click on it, go to export, click on export, select the quality that you want. You want PNG, JPG, and PDF, or SVG or PDF, then you export. So once you click on export, you export to your device and you can upload it anywhere you want. So once you click on it, it opens up as an image. So it opens up as an image. So basically, that's the simple thing to go ahead with Figma. And I feel Figma autosave. So that's also another important thing. So if I press Control S, it's not going to, it's not showing me anything because it's saving automatically. So it's showing me, but this is blocking it. Okay, I can move it. Okay, it's not showing. So, but it's saving automatically because you are all seeing it at the same time. So yeah, thank you very much for joining in, and we are going to ask. You are going to. I'm going to be taking questions from now, and I'm going to try as much as possible to
Okay. Thank you very much.
answer them. Joshua.
I really learned a lot. Yeah, though I use Figma actually, but then I took a couple of notes. Thanks for putting us through Figma basics, frame,